Right, hello, Professor Njadil. Thank you for this opportunity. For me, I'll submit 3 reasons why I think the Deputy President will lose the election. So, one reason, I would base it on personality and likability. That our leader's personality will influence their likability by the people, the voter. And then the next point I'll talk about is chess, political chess, and the current chessboard. And then lastly, I'll talk about the game theory of politics. So one, I think that the Deputy President is of choleric temper, and people who have choleric temper, they're very restless, aggressive, easily excited, and they're also very impulsive and changeable. And this makes them not to be, nobody wants to be around an abrasive person, just stamping person. And actually, if you look at Raila's politics and the way he used to carry out his, campaigns, it was more of just stamping and all that. So Raila now is edging towards a phlegmatic personality. So I think his likability is more, they are more thoughtful and controlled and reliable. The next is chessboard. If you look at the current political chessboard, RUTO has less material in this regard. That you find that RUTO is surrounded more by pawns, while Raila is surrounded more by bishops and knights and a queen. A queen is the most powerful piece on the board, and the queen is Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. So if you look at that board, you find that RUTO has what I call material deficit, and that will hurt his political campaign when actually the end game will be in move. And lastly, the game theory. Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta and Raila Odinga are playing what we call the infinite game. So you can go maybe read about it by James P. Cass. He says that the finite game has an end, but infinite game is long term. Uhuru and Raila are looking towards Kenya beyond 2022, while Ruto's focus is winning 2022. That in itself gives both Uhuru and Raila an edge, because the Kenyans can be able to align themselves with that goal and that dream and that passion to prepare for an economic takeoff. So I think those 3 points will make Uhuru and Raila win. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Kenyans. My name is Felix Odhiambo, and I'm here to explain why Ruto is likely to win the 2022 presidential election. Point 1. Now, Ruto is a very aggressive leader. He's a great mobilizer. He has created a narrative that resonates well with the needs of the common mwananchi. He also has point men in almost all regions in our country who are similarly great mobilizers and can look for votes with a lot of passion. Compare this to Raila, who is only confined to boardroom meetings and does not interact directly with the common mwananchi, who are the people that vote in elections. Number 2. Now Ruto has managed to maintain the original Jubilee strongholds in Rift Valley and Central Kenya. He has managed to counter Uhuru's. He has managed to antagonize the central people residents against Uhuru, and therefore is assured of getting Central Kenya and the entire Mount Kenya region as a block, which is a great advantage when it comes to presidential election results. Similarly, Ruto has made inroads into the former NASA strongholds, which Raila is not keen on protecting. Rarely do we see Raila visiting regions like Western and Coast, and therefore Ruto is likely to get at least 40% in these areas. Now the last point, Ruto's United Democratic Alliance has put in place stringent mechanism to ensure they secure their presidential votes. Unlike Azimio, who are not known to be very keen in protecting their votes, the opponent can easily manipulate the system, with the Ruto dishing out ready to spend money in vote security.
Yes, indeed. Very good afternoon and welcome to this channel. My name is Kevin Sewe, and today basically we want to talk about the earthquake of Musalia Mudavadi that happened on 23rd, that is on Sunday, 2022. And we want to talk about, to see maybe some of the chances that Mudavadi has when it comes to 2022 election. Basically, many people have been talking about Mudavadi's move, but we want to analyze why Mudavadi's move to Dr. William Samoei Ruto, the President of the Republic of Kenya, has some ramification. That is that the chances that Mudavadi might be on the ballot is the scale of 1 to 10 is probably 0 or maybe 1 point something percent. That is a scale of 1 to 10. The first impediment that make Mudavadi out of the question of the presidency, or rather to be running for the presidency in 2022 under the Ruto Mudavadi pact, is one. Under in the Kenya Constitution, under Article 148 subsection 8, clearly state that a deputy president cannot run twice or go 2 terms. That means that the Ruto was already gone for 2 terms. He can't be a deputy anymore. That means that Ruto can never or will never deputize Wycliffe Musalia Mudavadi in the coming election, not unless the constitution is changed today, or what have we. That means that Ruto can never deputize Mudavadi because he has already served his 2 terms. Number 2, what Mudavadi, or rather it will be difficult for Mudavadi to carry the ticket in the Ruto Mudavadi coalition, is that Ruto, for the past 9 years, since the Jubilee government took over, or rather TNA, URA and URP, and now the Jubilee government, Ruto has invested in the Mount Kenya region. And you see, he has been in the Mount Kenya, he has invested, he has pulled crowd, he has got numbers. And you know, in politics, it's about numbers. That means, or rather, that again rules Mudavadi out of the question of the presidency.
Hello, Mr. Manyora, Jadiel, Kabiro, Irungu, and Richard. This is Nick Muhindi recording from Columbus, Ohio. Thank you for giving us this opportunity to give our views on who is going to be the president, in August between Raila Odinga and William Ruto. I'll go straight to the point. My opinion is that I think William Ruto is the best candidate to bring the revolution that Kenya needs at the moment, because there must be a reason why the billionaire club in Mount Kenya and the president himself do not want him to be the president. As we all know, politics is about interest, and the reason why, I think, I'm just speculating, or just like anybody else, I think those guys are settling for Raila Odinga because they know they can control him. I think Raila Odinga has given them enough proof that, hey, you know what, if you choose me to be the next president, I will cater for your interest, I will take care of your wealth, I'll be doing what you want a president to do for you. And so I do believe that Kenya doesn't need that kind of a leader. We need a revolution in Kenya, and we need a Magufuli kind of a person. I do believe that William Ruto is the guy. I would say he has a good track record. I do not agree on those who say that William Ruto doesn't have anything to account for since he's been a leader. I have to be. I come from his older constituency, Eldoret North, now called Tarbo constituency. That's where I come from, and I do believe that the guy really did a good job when he was an MP for Eldoret North. William Ruto did a lot of work at the ground. When he became the Minister for Education, we know the changes that he brought in the higher education sector. When he became the Minister for Agriculture, we know the changes that he did to the fertilizer and seedlings. I know there are a lot of challenges that have happened in the Jubilee government. Theft has been a great issue, and I do not agree with those who use theft to destroy William Ruto and spare the president. So if there's theft in the Jubilee government, then it has to be both of them. I do not agree with those who are bashing him that, hey, you know what, there was a lot of theft in Jubilee, but then take the blame on the number 2 and just leave the number 1. You know what I'm saying? So Raila Odinga is a good person too, but the Raila Odinga of 2007, as Manyora usually says, would have been the best candidate. But now I think he has been compromised. Raila Odinga has been compromised a lot, and I think if he goes in to become the president, he will just be a puppet president, as the opponents have been saying. So I do believe that for me, I choose William Ruto, and I think he has a chance. I also want to say before I finish that please, Mr. Herman Manyora, I know you're a political analyst. I don't know if you guys are allowed to take sides, but on your channel you've been a pro Raila Odinga. Like, even somebody who doesn't understand politics knows that you prefer Raila Odinga than anybody else, that you want Raila Odinga to be the president so bad, although I know you will deny and say it's just analysis. But hey, just take it easy on the deputy president, man. I know you might not be agreeing with this kind of politics, but he has a following, and we do want a channel like this to be neutral and not taking sides. Otherwise, some people will be running away because they will be scared of the kind of opinions that come from the owner of the channel. Otherwise, thank you again for giving us this opportunity. See you next time.
Another factor that I've seen that will hinder Mudavadi's candidature in this part is the age limit. Now, let's do this mathematics. At the moment, the Deputy President, Dr. William Ruto, is 55 years old, and Mudavadi is 62. Now, let's assume that Mudavadi, or rather Ruto, gets into power. You and I know very well that most probably when Ruto gets into power, he will most probably run for 10 years. By then he will be 65 and Mudavadi will be 72 or 71 or 72 years. And there have been many talks in town that most definitely that Ruto might, we are just saying might, he might even change the constitution to run for even life. That again will knock Mudavadi completely out of this question. And another issue that seems that Mudavadi might be even far away from the presidency is that, like I've said earlier, is that Mudavadi, or rather Ruto, had invested much in the Mount Kenya region. And that means the likelihood that Ruto will be picking a running mate from Mount Kenya is very high. The balance of probability is very high that Ruto will be taking a vice president, or rather the deputy president, from the Mount Kenya region, the region that every politician is looking upon to maybe to get numbers. Another issue, and maybe maybe even to complicate Mudavadi's equation more, is that Mudavadi has been locked into what is many people are saying the presidency. Mudavadi is now left with either being a prime minister, that is, if the BBI maybe pass, or the BBI pass or see the light of the day before 2022, or maybe after 2022, the constitution, the country changes what the constitution. That leaves Mudavadi in a very delicate balance in this RUTO Mudavadi question.